A wise man once said, "Table tennis is a simple game. Two players hit the ball back and forth over a net for best of 5 or 7 games. And in the end, the Chinese player wins." Okay, so I made that quote up. But if there's one thing I've learnt from these World Championships is bet against China at your peril. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed the Table Tennis World Championships as much as I did. I spent most of it watching on my phone from hotel rooms, using a VPN to get around the geo restrictions, which is terrible and it's something you definitely shouldn't do. So I wanted to make a quick video just about my thoughts, my feelings about that Table Tennis World Championships. I'm not going to say too much about the women's singles because there's nothing really I can say about Sun Ying Shah that hasn't already been said. She is incredible. So let's get into the men's singles where things are a little bit more interesting. So the dynastic succession is complete. The chosen one, Wang Chuqin, is the table tennis world champion. The pressure, the expectation that Wang Chuqin must have been under going into this tournament would have been immense. He was selected over Ma Long at the Olympics and he lost to a foreigner. And then he lost to a foreigner again at the World Cup in Macau, which losing to a foreigner for a Chinese national team player is basically the cardinal sin. You just don't do it. So when he won that final, he looked up to the sky and laughed manically like some kind of evil cartoon villain, but I can understand why. The relief he must have felt winning that final must be indescribable. He is not only the expectations of the Chinese national team coaches and project itself, but the expectation of the Chinese public. He is very, very much loved by the Chinese public as well. And let's give credit to the Chinese fans as well. They turned up in great numbers to Doha. I was slightly worried there would be absolutely no crowds there, but there was decent crowds all the way through the tournament, and the stadium looked like it was filled out for that final, and probably mostly Chinese fans again. They really are the lifeblood of world table tennis. They fill out the stadiums, they bring the money, so we have to be grateful for the Chinese fans. But let's talk Ugo Calderano as well. Getting to that final, he has proved that the World Cup in Macau was absolutely no fluke. And he is the biggest threat to the Chinese national team. And I think every tournament from now on, for the next few years, Ugo Calderano is going to go in thinking he has a chance of winning. And he's given the world hope. Now, sometimes with the hope that the Chinese national team loses, can sometimes border into anti-Chinese sentiment. But most of the time, I think, for most table tennis fans, it's purely out of respect and admiration for the Chinese national team that we want them to lose. Because they set the benchmark. They are the standard. So when a player comes along like Ugo Calderano, doesn't matter what nation they're from, if they're not from China, then the world loves them. And the world is absolutely in love with Ugo Calderano right now, and I am just the same. I absolutely love Ugo Calderano. And let's have a look. I can't make a video about this World Championships and not talk about that semi-final against Liang Jinquin. That semi-final had absolutely everything. So to start with, it obviously had the momentum with Ugo Calderano, then it switched all the way back to Liang Jinquin. It had a little bit of spice as well with the t-shirt incident. So Liang Jinquin went and changed his shirt between one of the games and took much longer than really it should take. And why did the coach need to go with him? I don't know. But that's just part of sport. Players are going to use everything they can to help them win, because this is not local league stuff. This is serious stuff. There's mortgages on the line. There's houses. There's careers. There's national expectations on the line. So, but if anything, that really added to the game. And then that final end, just something remarkable. It was extraordinary table tennis. Obviously, Liang Jinquin took a 3-0 lead. And then Ugo went on that crazy run, 10 points in a row. And then he got the yips. the ball, he was just pushing it long or into the net. And I thought, here we go. Liang Jinquin's gonna come back. My wife couldn't watch. It was so nerve-wracking. But Ugo held on and got into another major tournament final. Lots of other great matches as well. There was Liang Gaoyuan against Simon Gauzy. That was a great match, purely just for the artistic rallies we had in that one. So yeah, a good World Championships. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Let me know your thoughts. Anything I've overlooked, something I should be talking about. Services, again, always raise their ugly head about what is illegal, what isn't. Table tennis reviews. Was the system used very well? Is there big gaps in it? Maybe. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Table Tennis World Championships. There we go. Very good.